That makes sense? It makes sense. 1 Samuel 3:1. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. So at one time the word wasn't coming out as readily as available being now. He said it was precious in those days. It wasn't no open vision. So from that time back then up until now, it lied dormant. It's in Habakkuk. Either Habakkuk or Obadiah, where it says the word of the Lord is being revived again. Oh, yeah. Say one time it lied dormant, so to speak.
That word in the earth,
right. Either Habakkuk or Obadiah. But back then there was no open vision as frequent as it is now.
Yes.
You see, you got it.
Yeah, they were called seers before they were called prophets, man.
Right.
I think it's Nabaayim, is prophets, right? Before they were called prophets, they were seers, Ra'ah, to see, because they saw things that other people didn't see, right? But Samuel, like he came around before the other, like Esau say, the major prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. Samuel came around before King David was even born. See? So yeah, there were always prophets, but Moses was a prophet.
The vision,
of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You had the judges before that, and they would prophesy. But the spirit of prophecy is now being on a very high level with us coming into the times of the end, man. The end of the end. You see? For the majority of people, they're going to stay spiritually asleep. And not going to pay attention to the signs that the Lord has given them through his men. And they're going to be blindsided, man.
Amen. Verse 16, Romans 10:16. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who hath believed our report?
Woo! See? They have not all obeyed the good news that Yahushua told his disciples to teach, right? So like Isaiah said, Lord, who have believed our report? See, we're not the first ones to experience niggas scoffing against what the Lord said, man. Right. We're not the first ones to be vexed about people's unbelief. The prophets been getting pissed off at our people stiff-neckedness, man. The Lord told Jeremiah before he even got started. He was like, hey, look, Ezekiel too. These guys, their neck is like an iron sinew. The bones, you got the bones, and then the sinews is like the muscles and the tendons. So you got an iron neck that motherfucker can't turn. That's what it is.
Like the yoke on an oxen.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Stiff neck. To the point where you can't even turn your neck. It's made out of iron. That is how hard it. So you gotta turn something. You gotta break that, turn that shit. You can't convince the majority of our people and tell them nothing, man. Unless you're an Edomite, then they'll believe everything you say. You see? So let's get that in.
I get this word instruction.
I know what.
I want to get that word report for you.
Oh, Baba Kashab.
Yeah, that word report. This word is deep actually. That word report is akoe, right? Akoe, which that word report says instruction, namely oral, specifically the preaching of the gospel. So it's an oral. It's going to be an oral instruction.
Yes. Right.
So is this oral instruction that you're going to hear and believe upon this report? This oral instruction, where is it going to come from? Like you said earlier, I'm laying backing off what you said just a minute ago. Is it going to be a voice that you're going to hear from the heavens?
Right.
Now the Lord does reveal his word unto you in dreams and visions. That is true.
Right.
But even if the Lord reveals his word unto you in dreams and vision, it still takes the Lord sending a man in your way to actually teach you, but the Lord gives you the understanding.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're going to hear the word preached by way of men, as it was in the days of old.
Right.
When a seer came on the scene, a seer would see the vision that the Lord was giving to him, and what? He would go and proclaim it. That was his job.
Right.
It's the same thing going on today. But you got stiff-necked, hard-headed, big-head ass niggas that believe that the Most High directly just dealing with them.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Like, everybody wants to be that guy that the Most High just gave this unprecedented dream to. They got this magical revelation. When, bro, just go with what the Lord's prophets have been going with, man. And that's what we read earlier in Philippians. Like Paul was like, yo, man,
I might get it.
just follow me. The Lord, yeah, he came to me. Okay, cool, big deal. You know, as
If
far
you
as
believe, if you believe it or not.
And
Right.
check it. It goes right here, real quick. Isaiah 53:1. Who hath believed our report?
yes,
Who hath believed our report, right? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed?
right, yeah. To whom is the arm of the Lord revealed, man? You see the humility of Paul. When I say big deal, it was a big deal, of course. Yahweh Shai revealed himself to Paul. I mean, come on, that's the biggest of deals. When I say big deal, I'm talking about how people get puffed up. Paul said he is less than the least of all saints. So he had that humility to admit that he wasn't just, like the Lord, called him, but he wasn't just this righteous, self-righteous guy that didn't need no forgiveness.
Right.
You see?
Right.
We saw, so we see ourselves in that same light, man.
Bro,
You know?
think about that, bro. Like the Apostle Paul, like you can imagine what was going through his mind. Like here it is. He thought the scripture says that he did it in ignorance, but he thought that he was doing the Lord's work by putting to death the saints. He
Right.
literally thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But the Lord revealed it unto him, like, bro, look, no, like you're kicking against the
Kicked
pricks,
against
bro.
the pricks. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, damn, I was putting them to death. I was hauling them to prison. You know what I'm saying? I was consenting to their death. You could think, man, and those demons that will fuck with you. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you did this. You wait a minute, Lord, remember you did this? Oh man, did the Lord dealing with you? You did that?
Yeah.
But that's where the scripture says that what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it off Romans 10. I'm gonna end it off. There's one more verse I want to get and end it off on that point. And it's the last verse for you on this. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. And you got it. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord.
Woo! So that's what rounds it all off. What is the source? What is the source? The source is the word of the Most High, man. You see? Which he didn't give to every single Israelite. He gave, when I say the word, I'm talking about direct. Really, like the Lord, like the scriptures talk about, he said, look, to my prophets I'll deal in visions and in dreams, but to Moses I'm gonna deal face to face. There was a select tiny handful of men that get to deal with the Lord, as in go have a back and forth. King Solomon spoke to the Lord in a dream. Abraham, but very few men, man. We don't need.
Because there was an angel that dealt with Moses. You know that, right?
Hold on.
There was an angel that was talking to him on Mount Sinai. Go ahead. No, you good.
Not just very few men. When it spoke about Moses, it said he was what? It said he was the meekest on the earth.
Yes.
Yep. Oh,
King David was merciful on the earth. So when you connect all with these men that he was dealing with face to face, read the other scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line. You'll understand. You'll get an idea of why the Lord would reach out to them like that. They were chosen to be in that position, okay? But their actions, we understand they would. Guess what? They weren't perfect. Right, going back to Moses wasn't perfect, he messed up.
Yep.
King David wasn't perfect. Okay? But their spirit as a whole, when you read, it says he was the meekest on the earth.